joining me on this episode of Empire Builder, Turning Back the Clock. Recently last week, I was talking with the kids, Gianna and AJ, and we were having that parent discussion about social media and how much of use and how much of screen time, especially with hybrid school and distance learning and all these great things we get to challenge ourselves with the parents of teenagers and tweens and even younger kids than that these days. So we had the discussion about, and I had them research how many hours a day the average person spends on their phone, okay? Because obviously from a distance learning standpoint, we need to do that, okay? And it is a challenging thing for their motivation to be on small screens all day long, but let's just talk about the additional time that we spend. And the research showed that the average adult spends almost 2.5 hours a day on scrolling through social media stuff, we'll call it, okay? And it's very general, obviously, where teenagers spend between 4 hours, at least, I think it was almost 2/3 of them, teenagers spend at least 4 hours, and some of them, the other third of them could spend up to 8 hours a day. So those rates are completely alarming to me as a parent, and Terry, and I'm sure is to you. But what it made me really think about was back when we started the business, and it still goes on today for us business owners, and even us personally when we're trying to build our professional goals, how many things sidetrack us every single day. So that's what we're really trying to talk about, and for the biggest reason of how those things are holding us back from accomplishing our goals. Because I could say for years, until I got this under control, it was holding myself back, it was holding the company back on our growth. And our growth has been tremendous over the last, 5 to 7 years, but this year in particular, we're expanding and so forth. So I feel that right now, I actually have more time than ever. And everybody I'm talking to they're so busy they can't get things done. They're so busy. And if we just look at the numbers of things, I'm going to use the whiteboard. New setup we got for you today, okay? If you look at it, if it's 2 hours a day, okay, this is a day, and 7 days in the week, you got 14 hours, okay, a week, okay? 14 hours, I'm going to do it on a calculator so I don't get it wrong and get yelled at, is 784 hours a year, okay? 784. Divide that by 24 hours, which we all have to sleep at some point, but it comes out to roughly about 32 days, okay, a year. So if you're spending 2 hours a day, okay, and you need to audit your schedule, 2 hours a day, are these productive 2 hours a day? Are they truly what you need? Is this helping you further your career, helping you further your education? Is it making you money by using a device? The device can be used to make millions and millions of dollars, but is that 2 hours a day being used that way? In your business, so you're doing things 2 hours a day that are taking you from being truly successful the way you should be in your business. So this is all about distractions today. And then if you look at 4 hours a day, well, using 2/3 of the teenagers right now are more than 4 hours a day, well, then you're looking at, this was 1 month. 1 month out of your year for 2 hours a day. This is 2 months. What can you do? And this is including sleeping 24 hours a day. What can you do with your time if you had back a month or 2 months? Because it drives me completely insane when all I do is hear about, I don't have time to do that. They talk about their dreams. We talk about their passions. And they can't get it done because they're too busy. To me, that is an excuse. And excuses prevent us from being successful. And not only for ourselves, you're being selfish because you're not helping your family accomplish your true goals. And if you have a work family, you have an obligation to them, because no one's going to work for you for the rest of their life for the same amount of money. They all want the opportunity and deserve the opportunity to grow and develop their careers. So you need to look at your schedule, and is it being best utilized on what you should be doing, not what others can be doing because they're better than you. And then obviously if you go to 8 hours a day. So this was 30 some odd % of the teenagers right now. 8 hours a day, well, that's a crazy number. They're spending 4 months of their year on social media. Now we have to define that time and say, how do you turn back the time in your life right now? Because we only got one shot at this. How do you make the biggest opportunity of it? And here's what I did years ago, okay? And I do this every morning still, okay? The first thing I figure out is, why am I doing this? What is the purpose? My goal is to help small business owners, especially medical professionals, especially optometrists, because we did not learn this in school, how to build their business the right way, okay? And by building your business the right way, you are helping all of the work families that are part of your family by helping them generate more, helping them give more opportunities to their families. Also, you're doing a great service to your patients. So you're serving patients and your staff that work for you. So you owe it to them every day to figure out your why. Because if not, you could be looked at as being selfish. And I know no one here watching right now is being selfish. Okay? Tip number 2 that I did is I schedule things the entire week now. I set it up usually on Sunday night or Friday for the next week. And I have my schedule built out. And if you want to look at an example of our schedule, what we'll do is type yes in the chat if you get the opportunity, and you want us to send you, we could send you something you could download of a mock week from Sunday through Saturday on how to set your schedule up to succeed and accomplish your goals, and what you should be focusing on, when you should be doing it, okay? And it's all laid out on our planner that we've put together. And we did this planner 4 years ago, and we continue to tweak it. So if you would like that, type yes in the chat for me, and we'll somehow figure out a way we could download it or send it to you through instant message or something like that, okay? Now, the third thing to set you up to feel like you have more time than ever is that you need to communicate with others what you are doing with your time. Because if you constantly have the door open and you constantly have your phone next to you and people are constantly looking for you, they are distracting you from accomplishing the true goal for yourself and for your company, okay? So you need to let them know, I am available during these times for this purpose. And at other times, you just got to shut the door, put a do not disturb on it, or whatever you have to do. So if you're taking care of patients, so what I used to do is I would block off my time for when I used to take care of patients. And if you remember now, I'm not in the schedule. I haven't seen patients, on a regular basis for over 4 years now. John and I were able to remove ourselves from patient care and truly run the business. And the business now leads to our lives and creates our freedom. And that's the goal I want for you. But you need to start to dictate your time. Take control of your time. Turn the clock back and give yourself more time. And if you can do this, okay, I'm going to tell you, you will have an unbelievable end to 2020, an amazing 2021. Okay? So that's what we're really looking for you. So the goal is not only to grow our businesses, but I'm going to tell you the added benefit is that I have more time with my family than I've ever had, because I have dedicated and focused time with them, as opposed to me putting out fires at 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Who's calling out for work? Who's calling out from this company? No, you have to take control of your life. I learned to do this years ago. If you need help with this, reach out to us, okay, either by social media, instant message, or you can call us at 407-502-8765 if you need help with this, okay? And even if it's a 10-minute call, we can help you with this. It doesn't have to be medical. It could be small business. It could be just your personal professional. You're trying to get to the next level. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to share what has worked, okay, for me, and I know it's worked, and I have the resume, our team has the resume to share this with you and help you get your life under control. Because 2020 has been nothing but constant punches left and right. But you know what happens after a while? You learn how to duck, you learn how to move, you learn from when those punches are coming and how to get past them and get to the next level. So, little uppercut, little thing I threw in there for you guys today. So, I hope you guys are having a great election day. Make sure you go out and vote. But remember, no matter what, tomorrow, choose your why and why you want to be successful and build your empire, no matter who wins the election tonight. Because I choose you, and if you choose yourself, you're going to be successful. Put the work in. Have a great day. Go build your empire. Thank you so much.